Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. It's another day here in paradise. As you see, the sun is not up yet. It's about 5:30 a.m. here in Hawaii. Now, guys, imagine if you started working at a new job, right? You're excited, to get some income. You're excited to start working. And you approach the manager and say, hey, when do I get my first paycheck? Do I get paid next week? The week after? And the manager says, how about 146 years? You're like, huh? I'm working, slaving. Shouldn't I be compensated? And the manager says, yeah, you'll be compensated, but it's just gonna take me 146 years. Oh, in fact, it may take me over that. It may take me over 146 years, but it's going to be at least 146 years. So buckle up and just keep doing what I tell you to do. And eventually you'll get paid in 146 years. And it's funny. That is exactly how it is in the witness world. They are slaving for the organization, for the governing body leaders, right? And they are supposed to be rewarded. Witnesses are supposed to be rewarded with paradise. They've been saying we are in the last days, the end times, the end is right around the corner. They've been saying this for decades and for over a century. Over a century, they've been talking about the end of the world, right? And you would think that, you would think that by now, after 146 years of waiting, Jehovah's Witnesses would be more inclined to do some additional research. You would think that after 146 years of waiting for a reward that they've been talking about for the longest, with no disrespect to any Jehovah's Witness watching this video, no disrespect, but you would think common sense would kick in, right? Because at the end of the day, a loving God would not have his quote-unquote earthly people, his representatives on earth, which is, aka the governing body leaders. He would not be communicating with them somehow, right? Because they're not inspired, but yet we're supposed to listen to them like our lives depending on it. So anyway, you would think that these men that represent God on earth, they've been speaking the end of days for over a century. You would think that paradise would have been here by now, right? So you say to yourself, why are witnesses still inclined? Why do they feel like they still need to listen to these governing body leaders? Better yet, are you willing to put 50 years? You want to bet 50 years of your life on these men? That's why I titled this video, Stay Alive Till 2075, which is exactly 50 years from now. Because witnesses have this mindset, oh, we're not going to be here in 10 years. And by the year 2035, we're going to be in paradise. We're going to be eating watermelons and riding giraffes. We're not going to be here. Witnesses have this mindset, and it's like, when you try to reason with them, right? When you try to tell them, guys, what about all the people that was born a century ago? What about everyone that was born, 1925? We have to think about the past. And it's like witnesses keep forgetting that this organization has been around for well over 100 years. And you have to think about all the people that were born in the last century. All the people, I'm talking about born in Jehovah's Witnesses, right? All the born in Jehovah's Witnesses that was born around the year 1925, and they had the same mindset that witnesses have in today's date, currently, in modern day. That the end is right around the corner. And think about all those witnesses that was born in 1925, and they thought that by the year 1975. Stay alive till 75. That was the slogan back in the day, right? These people didn't think long term. And even the witnesses that decided to remain in the organization after 1975, right? After the governing body leaders back then, they lied. They make this prediction, oh, stay alive to 75. We're going to be in paradise by then, right? You would think that witnesses that remain witnesses after that event, after 1975, you would think that, well, for starters, most of them by now are deceased. But you would think that something would click and that they would eventually get tired of waiting and they would come to the conclusion, you know what, maybe this religion is not it. They keep making false predictions. We're slaving for this organization. And where is our reward? Where is our compensation? Everything is one-sided. It's one-sided in this organization. It's always the Jehovah's Witnesses. It's always the rank and file, giving their time, their money, their energy. They're always constantly giving towards this organization. But no one ever stops to think, hey, what are these guys giving us? What are the governing body leaders? What are they doing for us in return? Besides the same old pipe dream talks. Pipe dream fear-mongering talks. It's the same talks time after time after time. You hear the same information. You never go to the Kingdom Hall and say, oh, shoot, I've never heard that before. All the talks that witnesses listen to week after week, they heard them before. The only difference is that the format might be different. There might be some words, that switched around, whatever. But a witness would, in this day and age, witnesses don't go to the meetings and hear something new. They're constantly being reminded over and over and over. It's the same talks, the same information, right? And it's sad that people are willing to waste their entire life. And that's why I say, if you are a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, ask yourself, if the year 2075 comes and paradise is not here yet, will you be content with your life? Will you be content slaving for a man-made organization? Literally giving your entire life away. When you get baptized as a witness, you are pretty much signing your entire life away to this organization. Because you have to be devoted to this organization by all means, by all costs. This is not a hobby. This is a full-time gig. Being a witness is a full-time gig. And it's sad that something that you're supposed to devote your entire life to, you can't even you can't even Google it. You can't even research your own religion. You literally have to blindly believe everything that these men are saying. You can't question, you can't doubt. I mean, you can have doubts internally, right? But you can't express those doubts openly. So, if you are a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, keep in mind, people who were born a century ago, Jehovah's Witnesses that were born a century ago, they thought that by now, in the year 2025, they would be in paradise earth, playing frisbee with gorillas, swimming with the sharks. And where are these people now? I'll wait. Where are these people now? Where are all the Jehovah's Witnesses that was promised paradise a century ago? Where are they now? So likewise, witnesses need to have the same mindset in this day and age. 2025, they need to have the mindset of, oh shoot, what if paradise does not happen 50 years from now? 2075. Sad to say, a lot of witnesses, they're going to be dead in the ground waiting for this paradise that they slaved for their entire life but never got compensated for. A lot of witnesses, they're either going to be elderly, so people in their 20s, 50 years from now, they're going to be in their 70s. People in their 30s are going to be in their 80s. People right now in their 50s, sad to say, they're not 50 and up, right? And anyone who's 50 and up, sad to say, 50 years from now, 2075, they're not going to be here. I'm probably not going to be here in 50 years. And it's sad that witnesses, they fail to think long term. And yet, you can't even Google your own religion. You can't even do research outside the realms of jw.org. You're supposed to just let your life slip by. You're supposed to just keep convincing yourself, with no sufficient proof, by the way, but you're supposed to keep convincing yourself that a paradise is right around the corner. If you're willing to bet 50 years of your life, if you're willing to wait to the year 2075, and you want to be a devout Jehovah's Witness, you want to slave for the organization by all means, by any means, all I ask you is to keep in mind that this organization has been speaking about a paradise for exactly 146 years. Since 1879, they've been speaking about a paradise earth. Imagine a Jehovah's Witness knocking. Imagine a Jehovah's Witness knocking on someone's door, right? They're trying to convert somebody. And they're speaking about this paradise, right? And this person at the door is, oh, wow. This person at the door, they say, oh, wow. You guys, there's a paradise? There's a new world in store? Just by curiosity, how long have you guys been speaking about the paradise? Imagine how ridiculous a Jehovah's Witness would feel by saying, oh, this organization has been around since 1879. We've been speaking about paradise since then. Since the late 1800s, we've been speaking about this promised new world. Meanwhile, people don't even live to be 100. Most people don't live to be 100. Most people don't even live to see 90. Yet you're talking about something that they've been prophesying for over 140 years? 146 years to be exact? Speaking about a paradise? Do you know how ridiculous it sounds to try to convert somebody right now as a witness? Because what you're telling people, right? When Jehovah's Witnesses are trying to convert people, you're essentially telling people, you know what? You may have a decent life right now. You may have a really good job, a good career. You may have a lot of friends, people that genuinely love you for you. But you know what? We want to welcome you to discard all of that. Forget about your job. Forget about the people that truly do love you on this planet. Forget about all of that. We want to convert you to our religion, where we believe that poverty is a good thing. We believe that putting your dreams and life goals, put that on hold. Put that on hold. And slave for this organization until the day that you die. You see, when witnesses preach on people's doors, they are encouraging poverty, right? They are telling people, don't worry about today's happiness. Put that on hold and wait for this promised new world that they have been speaking to about for well over 140 years. You can't make this up, guys. We really can't make this up. So that's why I made this video. That's why I entitled this video, Stay Alive Till 2075. Because Jehovah's Witnesses fail to think long term. I made videos about this in the past. Jehovah's Witnesses always fail to think long term because their mindset is paradise is right around the corner. But when you live to be in your 80s and 90s and you realize that paradise is not coming, then what? Then what? Now you feel like a fool for wasting your entire life slaving for an organization that promised to compensate you. They promised you with paradise. Your compensation was supposed to be paradise. And the only thing you have to look forward to right now is death. So, stay alive to 2075.